My group have three people. It's me, Ching, Minh Trần, and Nhật Minh. Today we will talk about racism. So first, racism, also called racialism, that belief that humans may be divided into separate and exclusive biological and typical race, and that there is.
Okay, next we will go to the roots of the problems. First of all is the self-interest. Self-interest, many experts believe that self-interest is the main cause to racism. In the 17th and 18th century, the Africans have kidnapped and forced to be slaves.
And last, we will come to reason. And according to by stop is in American Pacific, and less than a year since the release of COVID-19, I see that stop is in American Pacific has received the report on 3,795 people and the format for.
Hello everyone, we are group 2 and today we'll talk about racism. Our group has me, Hongmin, Hong-Anh and Ken. So let's start our topic today with the definition of what is racism. Racism is the belief that humans are stereotyped into biological entities, which is called race, and there's also race are superior to others. So how can we spot racism? There's two types of racism. The first one is direct racism, which is intentional, and it's quite easy to spot because it's, for example, US person come to an Asian people and say that, oh, you are Asian people, you are the people who have bring COVID-19 to our country, just like that. And the second one is indirect racism. This one is harder to spot because it's maybe unintentional or intentional. For example, a person who don't want to sit next to a person because of their race or because of their colors. A person say to an Asian who born and grow up in Australia or an American that they have a good English speaking or just like that. We have to understand what's the difference of racism so that we can spot it and can solve it and cope with it.
I have a friend who lives in Australia. He's my old friend. He lives in Australia. Sometimes he's being racist by people in Australia. He feels very hurt and he's very ashamed. So he don't want to work on this shit anymore.
So every year there are thousands of migrants coming to America with a dream of life changing. But the reality is not that easy as a piece of cake. Children were taken away from their parents, people were trapped with bad conditions, and the government do nothing to help them. Even though there are people with bad life when they come to another country, there are still people that have a better life conditions, despite the discrimination towards them. For instance, there's this movie called Fresh Off the Boat. It's about a Chinese family that come from the tiny town of Washington DC to Orlando. Eddie, the son of this family, didn't get on well with the kid at school because of the discrimination towards Chinese people in particular and Asian people in general. language, his Chinese name, his Chinese food, but there's this sense that makes me think about a lot. There's this black kid at his school, and I'm pretty sure that he has been endured much hate before. So when Eddie came to the school, he thinks that he will be replaced to be the victim of racial hate crime instead of black kid. So he told Eddie that you're the one at the bottom now to achieve a racial slur that used against Asian people. And I think that it is more of a sad moment than upsetting, because he's trying to say that he's tired of being the one to stand out, and it speaks to the racial politics in North America, where the people at the bottom of America has to fight each other for the acceptance of white people. Symptoms. We were to your English. My name is
So this is the end of our presentation. Thank you very much for listening.
Today, I'm going to be presenting the topic about racism.
So first, let me talk about the curse of racism. From the press card last week, Richard Mann said that is the racism in the America because of Donald Trump's speech about COVID-19 and Asian people like eating animal meat like dog and cat. And I think Asian people cannot learn English. There's a main cause.
So, about the solutions. There are two main solutions to the racism. Yes. First, we need to call out bigotry and hate speech. So, there's been a disturbing increase in hate speech among Americans and Europeans in recent years, often blaming immigrant and minority groups for the difficulties of their own countries. So, if you overhear someone tell a racist joke, speak up and let them know that stereotyping isn't harmless, and let your children know they should feel free to do the same. So, in conclusion, there's nothing funny about using humor to normalize dangerous ideas and perpetuate ugly stereotypes. Secondly, we must teach children kindness in the early age. We all know that prejudice and hate are not innate. They are learned from behaviors and they can be unlearned. And children absorb biases from the adults around them, the books, the media, or their peers. So, talking about difference does not increase injuries in the children. And most of all, we must make sure that all the children in the world understand that we are all human, we all have a right to feel safe and valued, and we should be equally treated.
Through the postcard, I feel the suffering of us easier because although the person being discriminated against, I'm the empathy with everyone, and although condemn of whole racism in general and anti-Asian in particular. Every human being has equal rights, so there is no reason to create racism.